When I defeated my lifelong nemesis to capture this championship, the same championship I dreamed of winning as a young girl, it was an amazing feeling. But after that wore off, I was consumed by a range of different emotions, ones that I hadn't felt in a very long time. Satisfaction, relief, peace of mind. The fire that drove me throughout my career to come out here and fight on a nightly basis was suddenly gone. I went from thinking, what's next, to what's left. And I realized that after crossing off the most elusive item on the list, the answer was not much. Because I accomplished everything I set out to do and way more. So I had to be honest with myself. If I kept going, everything after would feel like a letdown. And that's not how I want to live my life or remember my career. So with all that being said, I'm here tonight to relinquish the Divas Championship and announce my retirement from WWE, effective immediately.
Is this actually happening?
Unfortunately, I think it is.
Now, I know this is probably shocking, and some of you might be disappointed or upset, but this isn't necessarily a bad thing. I've lived this part of my life to the fullest, and now it's time for me to go explore other challenges. And who knows, maybe I'll try acting again. You all saw how my only other audition went. Can't go worse than that, right? Finally, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for supporting me for all these years. Please continue to back the next women who take my place, who I am certain will be stronger, more athletic, and hopefully a little less temperamental than I was. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks, everyone.
I'm not really sure what to say. I'm stunned.
I think we all are. No one was expecting this.
Thank you, Red.
Yes, thank you. And we wish you all the best.
What was that? You can't retire. You've got years left on your career.
I'm sorry, but I need you to try to understand.
Maybe I could wrap my head around it if I had a little more warning. I mean, when you texted me, make sure you watch my promo tonight, I was expecting you had some clever line about Brooklyn, not that you were gonna walk away from WWE.
This wasn't something I was planning for a long time. It happened quickly.
Okay, fine, but if you're done, then I'm done. We're a package deal, remember?
No, what? Don't do this.
I need you to try to understand.
What about the title shot you just earned in the Royal Rumble? And getting revenge on Samoa Joe for everything he's done?
None of that matters if you're not along for the ride, too.
You need to think about this some more. You're making an impulsive decision.
I've made up my mind. I'm done.
I never expected my plan to work this well and cause your idiot friend to retire too. It's like getting rid of 2 turds with 1 stone.
This isn't over.
But it is over, and that's the best part of all of this. Anyway, just wanted to wish you a happy early retirement. Maybe you can take up bingo or going to dinner at 3 p.m. or yelling at kids in your neighborhood. If you kick that ball in my yard one more time, I'm going to put you on my list. Hilarious. See you, never again.
We're going live with your show intro in 5 minutes.
Thanks. Just let me run through it once to make sure I've got it. Who will be named as your top 10? Prepare yourself for drama as our contestants get their hands dirty, glad-handing with the CEO of a manure company to see who can get the upper hand for their fall fertilizer campaign. It's all hands on deck. Coming up next on America's Next Top Hand Model. Do you think there's too many hand puns?
It's perfect. It's not heavy-handed at all.
I see what you did there. Hey, sorry I missed your other call. I'm at my new hosting gig. Look, if this is about getting Baron Corbin a spot on the show, I'm still relatively new here, so I don't think I have that kind of pull yet. Oh, okay, good, because honestly, I don't think Baron's hands are anything to write home about. Wait, what'd you say? Really? That's amazing! Did you tell Red yet? Yeah, she's been hard to reach lately. Okay, I'll try her. This is truly an honor. Thank you so much. Woo! Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna be famous, I'm gonna be famous, Ah! Yes!
That's my ring and my championship. I hate you, Brooklyn. What?
Hey, it's been a while. How's it going?
I'm great. I'm on vacation at the beach, which is why no one's been able to reach me. Trying to disconnect, you know?
Oh, that's good to hear. I only have a minute, so I'll make this quick. I just got some amazing news. We're going into the WWE Hall of Fame together.
Really? Wow, I'm shocked. I mean, I thought it would happen someday, but definitely not this fast.
They didn't say this, but I'm assuming they want to capitalize on my crossover appeal as host of ANTHM.
I'm sure that's it.
I know we didn't expect our careers to end the way they did, but it's nice to know we accomplished enough to go into the Hall of Fame. And more importantly, we're going in together, just like it's always been.
Yeah, it is nice.
Hey, I gotta run. Don't relax too much. You know what they say about idle hands. Ooh, I gotta work that into tonight's show.
Congrats.
You too. Ooh, I wish I could see Brooklyn's reaction.
I'm sure she won't be happy, which makes me happy.
Move! Don't look at me! Don't look at me! Get out of my way! Are you kidding me? Those two pieces of human trash are going into the Hall of Fame? This has to be a joke! They were only in the WWE for a cup of coffee. You know what? An actual cup of coffee deserves to be inducted before they do!
Take it easy. We're all entitled to our opinions, but there are certain realities you can't dispute. While Red and Trey may have had shorter careers than the typical Hall of Famer, the impact they made during that time was tremendous. So it doesn't matter if you or anyone else disagrees, they are going to get the recognition they deserve.
We'll see about that.
This truly is a historic day. I don't think I've seen you dressed up since our senior prom.
Oh yeah, our one and only date together because no one else would go with us?
I remember showing up in that sweet homemade $1 million man suit. Didn't you wear a cane mask? No wonder we couldn't get dates.
To be fair, the theme of the prom was a masquerade.
Still weird.
You have the list, right?
No, I thought you had it.
Seriously?
I put it in the safe just like you told me to. Man, the way you treat that thing, you'd think it was the Magnet Carta.
Did you say magnet?
Yeah, it's some really old, valuable magnet, right?
Just get it out of there.
No one was going to break into a hotel room and steal an old piece of notebook paper from high school.
It's not just an old piece of paper. That list has been the roadmap to our entire careers, and now there's only one thing left to cross off. Did you forget the combination?
It might have slipped my mind, but don't worry, I wrote it down on my phone. Which is also in the safe. This is why I always said we should have got the list tattooed on us. No chance of losing it, and we'd have way more street cred.
Yeah? Well, I'm gonna be getting a teardrop tattoo if you don't get that thing open.
I, for one, can't wait to see Red put Brooklyn in her place.
Oh, so much for unbiased commentary.
This is Red's memory of how it went down, so of course I'm pulling for her. You are too.
Oh, yeah, I am. Go Red!
This reminds me of that movie with the spinning top. Everything's confusing and a little bit off. For example, I wasn't even a WWE commentator when Red was in high school.
Well, you're barely a WWE commentator now. None of this makes sense. Just sit back and enjoy the ride, Saxton.
Brooklyn Von Braun is a terrible human being who deserves everything she's getting here tonight.
I could not agree more, Michael.
I couldn't believe what Brooklyn did to their list. I mean, what did she expect was going to happen after that?
Yeah, if you ask me, Brooklyn's the real fartwad. This reminds me of the time I stood up to my bully in high school after years of being picked on.
Weren't you homeschooled?
Brooklyn might have an opening here.
Brooklyn gets nailed with the sliding lunch tray takedown.
Can Red capitalize?
She's going up top.
Red with the picture-perfect moonsault.
That's it. It's all over. Red cemented herself as way tougher and cooler than Brooklyn will ever be.
That's exactly what happens when you make fun of Red. You pay dearly.
I'm still kind of confused about everything that just happened, guys.
Well, don't hurt your imaginary head, Byron.
Wait. Let me get this straight. You remember your fight with Brooklyn when we were in high school, taking place in a WWE arena with a ring, sold-out crowd, and commentators?
The guy who can't remember the safe combination is questioning my memory?
No, the guy who can't remember the safe combination is questioning your sanity.
Whatever. I may have taken a few liberties with my story, but that is how I choose to remember it.
Well, as much as I'd love to join you in rewriting history, that day is scorched into my brain because that's how I got my nickname, Trey. This is how it really went down.
Is this some kind of WWE nerd vision board?
That was a huge mistake.
I'm going to get help.
Okay, so maybe my memory of that day is a little off. Severe emotional trauma will do that. But did I really say all that stuff about her grandmother?
Yep. You had some serious rage issues back then. Did you also forget that's how you got your nickname because you were always seeing red?
No, I remember. And then Brooklyn tacked on the hot head part.
Gotta give her credit for that. You know, the rhyming definitely made it catchier. Hot head red, hot head red, hot head red.
Okay, we get it. Have you figured out that safe yet?
No, but I'm pretty sure I used the same combination I've always used for everything, which is... that's not it either.
Step aside. My memory might be foggy on some things, but I had to open your locker so many times in high school that I think I remember. Got it. I'm sorry you were locked in there all alone for so long. Mommy won't ever let that happen again.
There's something seriously wrong with you.
You're just jealous. We should get going. We can't be late.
Hey, we got a message from President Johnson. Do you think you impressed the most electrifying president in United States history with all your career achievements? Actually, you do. All the best on your big day. I'll be watching from the People's White House.
That's cool. But I voted for Kane.
Hey, it's X-Pac.
Just keep walking, we don't have time.
We always have time for X-Pac. Besides, you can't just ignore a WWE Hall of Famer.
I can. Trey.
Pac, what's going on?
Hey guys, looking good.
You too.
Thanks. I'm on this new mustard-only diet.
As in mustard is the only condiment you use?
No, as in I only eat mustard. I've already dropped like 7 pounds.
That's interesting.
But enough about me. This is your big night. I swear it was just like yesterday when I first saw you two on the indie scene.
Yeah, at that point we were only a couple years in.
And I was about 30 years in. But I could still go today if I had to. I'm telling you, this diet's legit.
I guess you could say you can cut the mustard, huh?
Anyway, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you. So, thanks.
I'm sure you'd have been fine with it without my help. Trey, I don't think I can say the same for you. You were kind of the drizzling craps back then, no offense.
No, it's true. And I wasn't just a drizzle. I was more like a torrential downpour of crap. Red was always ahead of me from the moment we started training.
So you drove all the way to Calgary thinking you were going to train with Bret Hart? I've done some stupid stuff in my life, but that takes the cake.
It wasn't our finest moment.
But since I had a dad who only looked at the rewards section on the credit card bill, we were able to stay in Calgary and learn from a former wrestler who, at least according to him, trained with the Harts back in the day.
I think he just ran next to one on a treadmill once.
So that's how you guys hooked up with Riley Flash.
Yeah. After striking out at the dungeon, it was kind of our only option.
Even though Riley can be a bit much sometimes, he gave us the foundation we needed to get here today.
He also gave us Ringworm with his dirty mats, but that's a whole other story.
Catching up on old times has been great, but we should really get going. Besides, shouldn't we save some of this for our speech later?
But we just got through all the boring backstory stuff. It really starts to pick up from here.
I'm down for more.
Hey guys, it's so good to see you. Congrats on the Hall of Fame. This is really happening.
It's not official yet. We have to actually make it to the building.
They're not going to start without you.
And even if they did, some of the speeches are so long, you'd still have plenty of time.
Great. We were just telling Pac all about how we got started.
Didn't we cross paths on an indie show early on in your career?
We did, at a minor league baseball stadium in Memphis, to be exact.
That's right. I knew you had it back then. Trey, not so much.
Why does everyone keep saying that?
Because you didn't know the difference between a wrist lock and a wristwatch?
Speaking of wristwatches, we really should get going.
From my experience, this day goes by pretty fast. So you really want to relax and soak in every moment.
Lita's right. When I got inducted with DX, everything just flew by.
Then let's get back to soaking. Lita, if my memory is correct, you were just in Memphis for an autograph signing, but Red had other plans.
I definitely knew Red's name after that night.
I was impressed Red was able to keep her composure and talk you into the match. Usually in those situations, she would lose her temper and go into hothead mode.
You're one to talk about keeping your composure after what you did that night.
Red and I ended up having a good run in Memphis, but eventually we wanted to check out some of the other indie hotspots around the country. And after a year or so of bouncing around, we made a name for ourselves in LA, where the indie scene was really taking off.
That's it. I'm leaving without you.
You can't do that. We're a package deal, remember? Besides, look who's headed our way.
Great.
I was wondering if she'd show up.
Relax. I'm not here to start anything, so don't get your collective skivvies in a bunch. This is the one day to put any past differences aside and honor your achievements, so congratulations. You've earned everything that's coming to you tonight.
What was that?
Maybe she has a conscience after all.
I seriously doubt that.
Forget her. Let's get back to your story. I think LA was where I first saw you two wrestle in person. Remember? We ended up having that series of matches against each other.
How could I forget? It led to one of the most embarrassing nights of my career. We'd battled each other in just about every type of match, except for one that also happened to be on the list. Wrestle in a crybaby match. And since you had the first and only crybaby match with Razor Ramon back in the day, this was the perfect time to cross it off. As our indie journey continued over the next couple of years, we got to have matches in a lot of cool places. But the one that stood out most was when we got to do a special show back in our hometown. This was our chance to show our friends and family just how far we had come. Well, at least our friends. See you over there, Pac. It was great catching up.
Red, Trey, congrats on the Hall of Fame.
Thanks.
I told you we shouldn't have stopped to talk to X-Pac. That took forever.
It's gonna be fine. And besides, we got a great diet tip out of it with that mustard thing.
Red, I'm a huge fan. Can you sign this for me, please?
Wow. It's been a long time since I've seen this.
It was so inspiring to see you come out of nowhere and make that run to the finals. And that last match against Rhea Ripley was amazing.
Thanks for supporting me for so many years. It really means a lot. Sorry, everyone. We're running late.
Good afternoon, Red. Commencing trip to your destination. WWE Hall of Fame ceremony. Please enjoy the
For someone
ride.
who's in such a big hurry, you had plenty of time to stop and sign an autograph.
She had a Mae Young Classic program from the year I was in it. I had to reward her loyalty. And we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for that match versus Rhea Ripley. I hate these things so much.
Then why were you in such a hurry to get here?
Because I hate being late slightly more than I hate awkward social obligations. I mean, if one more person says something dumb like, look, it's red on the red carpet, I'm going to strangle them.
Red?
Well, there goes my opening line.
She gets a little cranky when she's nervous.
Anyway, I've been covering the WWE Hall of Fame for almost 15 years, and I've never seen anything like this. We've had individuals, tag teams, factions, families, but never a pair of best friends inducted together. This is truly a special night.
It really is, Byron. But just because our in-ring careers are over doesn't mean we can't continue to give back to the business that gave so much to us. In fact, that's why I'd like to officially announce I'm available for commentary and hosting work. So, WWE, if you're looking to freshen things up around here, then you know where to find me.
Are you trying to take my job?
What? I'd never do that. Don't be so insecure, Byron.
Okay, well, that concludes one of the most interesting red carpet interviews of all time. Live TV, everyone.
What was that?
You're welcome for taking the heat off of you. And maybe I was auditioning for a gig. You don't want to stay involved in some way?
No. When I said I was done, I meant it.
Red. Trey.
Velveteen.
Congratulations. But just keep in mind, it's one thing to achieve your dreams, but you will never be the dream.
Great to see you too.
See? That's why I hate these things. You run into all sorts of people you have history with. That was super awkward.
Yeah? Well, at least it didn't end with someone getting knocked out like back in the day.
So, I'm not really going to talk about my time in NXT. Overall, it was great, but I don't want to give Rhea Ripley the attention after what she did. She could have ended my career before it even started.
I still think you should have changed your name to Red Eye after that. And think of the marketing opportunities for airlines and allergy medicine that would have come your way. You left a lot of money on the table.
Can you focus on our speech instead of bringing up bad ideas from the past?
Bad ideas? There's another tie-in you missed out on.
Please come in and save me from my idiot best friend.
Hey, soon-to-be Hall of Famers.
It's my old tag partner.
That didn't last very long, did it?
Unfortunately, no.
I just wanted to say that I am so excited and honored to induct you tonight.
We wouldn't want anyone else to do it.
I mean, Undertaker would have been pretty cool. Or President Rock. He actually texted us today. Check it out.
Can you please stop insulting Rhonda before she snaps your arm off?
It's fine.
Oh, now I can't find the text. Please tell me I didn't accidentally delete it.
Rhonda's the perfect person to induct us. She and I had some intense battles when I first got into WWE, especially that Money in the Bank match with the arm bar on top of the ladder.
I am definitely going to mention that tonight. And I have to tell that story about Trey's first night on Raw. That was crazy.
Do you think messages from the president self-destruct? Like, for security reasons?
I don't know about that. Oh, I almost forgot. This was on your door. See you out there soon.
What is it?
It's a note. From my parents.
You haven't talked to them in years.
No, my real parents. It says they're gonna be at the Hall of Fame ceremony tonight.
Wow, I can't believe it. I can't believe it either.
Between never hearing from them again after they sent me that letter in high school and then all those times I left tickets for them and they didn't show, I'd given up hope. But now I'm finally gonna meet my actual real parents. This is so cool.
Are you sure it's not some kind of misunderstanding?
It has to be them. Look, they signed it the same way they signed the letter I got in high school.
This really isn't the best time, but maybe we should talk about this whole thing with your birth parents. No, you can't do this.
What's there to talk about? They must have finally seen me on TV and tracked me down, which is all thanks to you. You're the one who encouraged my big debut on Raw, remember?
No matter how hard I hit her, which was pretty hard.
You see my parents out there anywhere?
Never back down.
I don't think so. Not that I'd know what they'd look like.
I always pictured them looking like me, but older. And in my mom's case, more female-ier. All these years of leaving them tickets after I was signed to Raw, just hoping they'd see me on TV and show up. And now tonight, they finally will. It's unbelievable.
It's no different.
It really is.
A package deal. They always had each other's backs, and that was certainly the case when I faced off against Red in a Money in the Bank ladder match. And so it is with great honor that I induct the package deal, Red and Trey, into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
No.
Wow.
Thank you.
This is incredible. All right. All right. Thank you.
right.
Thank you guys so much.
All right. Almost 20 years ago, we were a couple of not-so-popular high school kids who bonded over our love of WWE and became best friends.
But we never thought it was possible that someday we'd be WWE superstars ourselves, let alone stand on this stage tonight being honored as two of the very best of all time.
By the way, I totally thought we could do it. He didn't.
Going off script already, huh? Well, that didn't take long.
Fine. Where was I? Here we go. But one day at lunch, we made a list. This piece of notebook paper would become the roadmap to our success in WWE. It contained our goals, hopes, and wildest dreams. And it changed everything.
Over the years, we added a lot of new things to the list, and pretty much everything got crossed off except for one huge final achievement. Get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
And unless anyone in charge has a last-minute change of heart, I think it's safe to say that will be crossed off in a little while.
I'm not gonna say this is a bigger achievement for me than it is for my friend, but let's be honest. When I first got to WWE, not many of you thought I was Hall of Fame material.
What he's trying to say is he wasn't exactly the most respected superstar in the locker room.
Well, let's face it, no one other than you liked me. But a lot of that was my fault. I was brash and confident, but didn't have the experience to back it up. Sure, I had a Universal title win, but it was mostly considered a fluke. And when it came to the list and my career goals, I really only cared about crossing off the fun things that came along with being a WWE superstar. Winning dance contests, getting an action figure, a cool t-shirt, being in a video game, a movie. Which, of course, brings me to The Miz. What's up, buddy? I see you. Yeah. There were a lot of parallels between our personalities, which explains why I wasn't that liked, and also why we made such good adversaries. I mean, who could forget our legendary battle over the lead role in Rank and File 4? Despite Miz and Brooklyn doing everything they could to prevent it, I got the starring role in Rank and File 4. Red, on the other hand, wasn't so lucky. But I guess fighting with the lead actress during a casting session is generally frowned upon. Can you believe they're all the way up to rank and file 7 now?
No, I can't. I thought they would have stopped making them after your performance.
Wow, didn't realize this was a roast.
No, it's just that you definitely had some interesting priorities earlier in your career. First, it was the movie. Then you were obsessed with getting your own action figure.
It was on the list since day one.
Yeah, which made you super jealous when I got one before you did. Remember this? Are you still a little bit jealous?
No.
Are you sure?
I think you're exaggerating how I reacted.
Really? Because that's not how I remember it. In all seriousness, even though it wasn't as important to me, it was pretty cool when not long after that, you got your first action figure and crossed it off our list.
But the fact we had different priorities is partly what made this work, because let's be honest, if we'd been competing for the same things, I'm not sure we could have been friends. You were just always so driven to be the best.
Maybe, but it's not like I was only focused on individual goals. Like, what about when we went to SmackDown Live and I ended up teaming with someone who was a great influence and mentor to me? I'm talking about Mickie James, of course. Stand up and take a bow, Mickie. You deserve it. And that's how Mickie James went from being a hero and mentor of mine to more than that. She was now my tag team partner and, more importantly, my friend.
Oh, that's nice. But aren't you skipping over a pretty important part?
How about we move on? Don't you want to talk about when you were on the cover of WWE 2K25?
I do, but hang on a second. Earlier, you put me on blast for having some trivial goals. So now it's my turn to call you out for a time when you let the list steer you down a questionable path. This is a night to remember our careers, good and bad.
Fine. If you want to talk about it so much, then you tell the story.
Okay. After they became tag team champions, it turned everything around for Mickie. She even ended up earning a SmackDown Live Women's Championship opportunity against Kairi Sane. Mickie went on to defeat Kairi Sane, giving her 2 championships and continuing her incredible winning streak to avoid retirement.
And that's how I won my first SmackDown Live Women's Championship.
That totally sucked the air out of the room.
That's why I wanted to skip over that part of the story.
I'll distract him with the visual aid. With everything we'd accomplished, we were really starting to cement our legacies, especially in our hometown where we'd always been overshadowed by a certain individual, until this happened. That is a beautiful sign, don't you think?
I agree. I would never throw rocks at a sign like that.
Even though we were gaining respect and recognition, I still felt like I had a lot more to prove than Red. She had won championships everywhere we went, and I only had my Universal title win over Samoa Joe that was mostly considered a fluke. Sure, I started a movie, but that sort of thing didn't hold the same weight. So I sought out the advice from someone who was a visionary in this business. A man who had been the guiding force behind the careers of countless legendary superstars.
Not long after my issues with Becky Lynch heated up, SmackDown Live filled its open GM position. We were excited to see who it was. Well, until we saw who it was.
From the outside, my life looked pretty good. I was WWE champion, and I was about to team with none other than Ronda Rousey in the Mixed Match Challenge. The truth is, I couldn't enjoy any of that. I had a maniac breathing down my neck who'd spent 7 years planning my demise. But at least my title defense against Adam Cole would take place in a steel cage, so that psychopath couldn't interfere. Or so I thought.
After a couple more wins for both our teams, Trey and I would be in a position we'd never been in before, standing across the ring from each other as opponents in the finals of the Mixed Match Challenge.
If only security had done their jobs that night, Samoa Joe never would have made it past the arena's metal detector. Sorry, just trying to keep it positive.
Which is hard to do because our story wouldn't be complete without talking about one giant negative. I'm referring, of course, to the arrival of the American hero, Brooklyn Von Braun, in WWE.
Because of Brooklyn, our lives and careers would never be the same. Although if you think about it, they were pretty much the same as they'd always been, because no matter where we went or what we accomplished, we could never escape Brooklyn's loud, obnoxious shadow.
We gave Brooklyn a lot of chances to prove she had changed. Well, mostly Trey did. But ultimately, she only proved one thing. She was the exact same bully she was way back when we were in high school.
And she wasn't just a jerk to us. She disrespected anyone she dealt with, including WWE legends.
And that's how I won the WWE Divas Championship, crossing off one of the most elusive things on the list. But the Divas Championship wasn't just a title. That's my mom and dad. It was more than that. It was...
Sorry, I think something amazing just happened. Earlier today, I received a note saying I would finally get to meet my birth parents at the Hall of Fame ceremony tonight, and I think they just arrived.
I don't know what's happening
I apologize
either.
if I'm a little distracted.
Who are those people?
I've been waiting for this moment
is
my
bad.
entire life. We're almost done here, so I'll catch up with you real soon, okay? Sorry again for cutting you off. Where were you?
There's really not much left to say, other than to cover how we ended up here tonight.
Man, feels like we've been up here for like 15 hours. Hope everyone's still with us. But I think that pretty much sums everything up, right?
Yeah, I think we covered it all.
And there's only one thing left to do. List, please. It's time to cross off one final list item together. Get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Shoot, I think I forgot a pen.
Seriously?
I've got one you can use.
I'm sure someone else in this arena has a spare pen, so you can go sit down.
Take it easy. I just wanted to come up here in front of the world to say congratulations and finally put our differences behind us. I would never do anything to take away from your special night that you so rightfully deserve. Trey, even your birth parents are here, which is amazing. Stand up, please. But before you finish up, there's just one thing I want to mention that you left out of your speech. You see, Red wasn't 100% honest about what led to her retirement and later her best friends. In fact, it turns out she has a little secret, which is the real reason she walked away from WWE.
You have to do something. She's gonna ruin everything. I'm sorry, but I'm done hiding this for us. It's over.
What really happened was I found out the truth behind this secret, and she didn't want me to tell anyone. So she chose to retire instead. But I couldn't sit back and let her get away without everyone knowing the real Red. So let's start with this. That lovely older couple in the audience, they're not Trey's parents. I know, because they're fakes I hired to be here. That letter you got that said they were coming tonight, also a fake. But if you want to see your real parents, I can make that happen. Here they are. Yeah, that pretty much says it all. And look at the date there. They were already long gone by the time we were in high school. Which makes you wonder, Trey, how could they have written you a letter? Maybe someone else wrote it to try to manipulate you into doing whatever they wanted. And maybe that person was so miserable and lonely, they had to resort to something morbid like that to ensure they always had a friend at their side. But who would do such a terrible thing? Certainly not your so-called best friend, right?
Is this true?
We're not finished here. If you come any closer, I will crush his neck. And the same goes for anyone else. If you try to stop us, I will end him.
Do you need me to make another ice machine run?
You know, there's some wounds that ice can't heal. What?
You have to admit, that was a pretty cheesy line.
You know, you have a really strange way of apologizing.
I'm sorry. It's just, we've been working through this all night, and I think I'm starting to lose it. Look, you know how I truly feel. You also know me better than anyone else. I made a stupid decision to protect you when we were kids, and it just kept escalating from there. I wanted to tell you so many times, but it got harder and harder, especially when you started leaving the tickets. I couldn't bring myself to take that away from you. It would be like you finding out that America's Next Top hand model was fixed.
Wait, is it? Did you hear something?
No, I was just using that as an example.
Okay, because I don't think I could handle that right now. I think I always knew deep down that it was all too good to be true, that I'd never meet them, but I guess a part of me wanted to believe that maybe something bigger would come out of all of this, that it wasn't just about action figures or championships or entertaining millions of people, that it would help me find a part of myself that was missing.
But maybe something bigger did come out of all this. This wasn't about finding two people who would fill a hole in your life. It was about millions of people finding you to fill holes in their lives.
Now that was cheesy.
But it's true.
Maybe.
I have something for you.
Please don't tell me this is a letter from my long-lost aunt and uncle telling me to forgive my best friend.
Just open it.
What's this all about?
It's our new list. On one of my ice machine runs, or maybe it was one of the times you locked me out of the room. I can't remember, but I made some phone calls to management, and it's unprecedented, but they've agreed to let us get revenge on Brooklyn and Samoa Joe at tomorrow night's WrestleMania. Assuming you're on board.
I guess we're coming out of retirement. This has to be some kind of record.
There's one other thing you need to know. Brooklyn and Samoa Joe agreed to the match, but only if we put our Hall of Fame spots on the line.
You really want to do this?
If we don't fight back after what they did, then we don't deserve those spots.
Package deal. I'm in.
Hey, just wanted to let you know, I left 2 open seats in the audience just like you always did.
Why? I mean, obviously my birth parents aren't showing up anytime soon. So was it just for good luck or out of respect or something?
You'll see.
It doesn't matter how tonight turns out, because either way, I'm proud of how far you and Red have come. I mean, sure, it'd be nice to be able to say I trained 2 WWE Hall of Famers, and I could probably raise my rates again. But like I said, doesn't matter.
Well, I know we didn't always see eye to eye, but me and Red owe you for helping us get our start.
What do you mean we didn't see eye to eye? You were my prize student. Never doubted you once. I used to call you Sure Thing Trey.
Are you serious? You thought I'd be a manager at best, and you definitely didn't think I'd make it to WWE, let alone become a Hall of Famer. I think you said something about pooping golden nuggets?
I don't recall that. Anyway, good luck, sure thing.
Look, I know we haven't spoken much since I've been gone, but I just wanted to say I'm pulling for you tonight. And Brooklyn had no right to exploit your past and ruin your big moment.
I appreciate you saying that.
But I also know how your impatience and temper can get the best of you sometimes. So I'm a little worried that you rushed into this match, especially considering your condition and what's at stake.
Thanks for your concern, seriously. But this is something we have to do, no matter what we could lose in the process.
In just a few hours, whatever horrible nightmare we've been living in will finally come to an end when the American hero takes her rightful spot in the WWE Hall of Fame alongside Samoa Joe. You know, there aren't many things that truly give me joy, but ruining your big moment the other night and now being able to destroy your entire legacies forever, this is going to be the happiest time of my life. Goodbye forever, hothead.
I know you're gonna tell us it's not too late to change our minds about the match and putting our Hall of Fame spots on the line, but we need to do this.
I wasn't going to say that at all. It's actually way too late to change your minds. The match is happening.
Oh. Okay, well, that's good then.
I was going to say that if things don't go well, Brooklyn and Samoa Joe can't erase your legacies. Everything you worked for and accomplished won't just disappear.
It sounds like you don't think we can win.
Look, you both have defied the odds before, but I'm just being realistic.
When it comes time to honor the Hall of Fame class tonight, we'll be out there front and center.
It's time for the greatest spectacle in sports entertainment. Welcome to WrestleMania.
If you've somehow been off the grid for the past 24 hours, then you missed the news that we have a huge last-minute change to tonight's event. After being ambushed at the conclusion of their Hall of Fame speech, Red and Trey will seek revenge against Brooklyn Von Braun and Samoa Joe.
And saying that the stakes are high feels like a severe understatement. If Brooklyn and Samoa Joe can defeat Red and Trey, they will take their spots in the WWE Hall of Fame.
And we've never seen anything like this before, and it's highly improbable we ever will again. With respect to every competitor who enters the ring tonight and every championship that's contested, it's now time for the most important match of the evening. Red and Trey are here to take on Brooklyn Von Braun and Samoa Joe with their Hall of Fame spots on the line.
It's truly impressive Red and Trey overcame both physical and emotional trauma to be here tonight. But I suppose revenge can motivate someone to do just about anything, including putting everything they've dreamed of and worked for at risk.
Guys, what are these pieces of paper falling down from above?
I believe it's supposed to symbolize their new list, and there's only one thing on it. Beat Brooklyn and Samoa Joe at WrestleMania.
This is why I left the 2 seats. It's time to move on.
I'm glad you're here.
I think that might have been Trey's adoptive parents sitting at ringside.
I think you're right, Myron. And now here are the 2 superstars who want nothing more than to take everything from Red and Trey to essentially erase their legacies in a single night. It's the so-called American hero, Brooklyn Von Braun and Samoa Joe.
Yeah, these two have a much different kind of bond than Red and Trey. It's an affiliation based on shared hatred for their opponents tonight, dating back years in both cases.
Full disclosure, I think we're looking at the newest members of the WWE Hall of Fame class. Brooklyn and Samoa Joe have been unstoppable from both a mental and physical standpoint since the moment they joined forces. Red and Trey would have a hard time stopping them if they were at full strength, and we know they're not even close to that.
And there you see Red and Brooklyn facing off. There is so much history between these two. We're talking decades of hostility.
I don't know if it'll ever end, but we'll get at least some kind of resolution after tonight's contest is over.
We're not sure who's going to start the match tonight. It actually looks like Brooklyn and Samoa Joe are discussing that right now.
Apparently, it'll be Samoa Joe and Trey.
Brooklyn's going to make Red wait to get her hands on her. Yet another calculated move from the American hero.
This is it. Here we go. WrestleMania is often called the showcase of the immortals, but Red and Trey aren't here to showcase their immortality. They're here to try to save it by retaining their spots in the WWE Hall of Fame.
The fact that Red and Trey are even fighting alongside each other after Brooklyn Von Braun destroyed their original career to list and nearly did the same thing to their friendship just proves their bond is unbreakable.
A quick finish. Can she do it? No trouble getting out of that one.
Yeah, see, just testing the waters a bit there.
Snap suplex, very effective.
You know, Corey, you and I were talking earlier about how Samoa Joe has almost cost men their careers. He's a threat to every superstar's health.
And I understand Joe's goal to be the top guy in this company. How he goes about it is not for the faint of heart. He doesn't just try to beat you. He tries to put you on the shelf.
Oh, look at this. Inverted DT. She's dazed in the corner there.
Corey, I'm a bit concerned by your lack of compassion towards a superstar Samoa Joe puts on the shelf. How could you condone that sort of behavior? These men Joe goes up against have families, and he's costing them paychecks, taking away food from their table.
Oh, I'm not saying I condone his... You know what? I do condone his actions because I understand where he's coming from. His philosophy of only leaving a trail of ashes and rubble behind him is one to be scared of.
Check this out. Just deadlifted up into a powerbomb.
And the exclamation point.
Oh, man. Right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow.
Ooh-wee.
Samoa Joe looking a little startled right now.
Ooh, tossed with the suplex.
Everyone knows what's at stake. The vacant championship.
Oh, what a crash.
Splash!
What height.
Well, it's time for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, so you know we're going to see the best of the best.
Back in from the floor. Stump puller leg snap.
That's going to hurt. Tear your hamstring.
Oh, goodness, that looked bad.
He is efficient and dangerous with his offense thus far.
He can't allow himself to let up now. Great decision by Joe to capitalize.
Yet another. Trey escapes the Uranagi, and now he's got Samoa Joe in the Coquina clutch.
Red takes Brooklyn down.
Hold on. Is this actually happening?
It is. Red and Trey of Brooklyn Von Braun and Samoa Joe locked in their own submission holds.
After everything that's happened among these four adversaries, this feels like the perfect ending.
Don't get ahead of yourself. They need to actually finish them off.
Can Red and Trey do the unthinkable? Will Brooklyn and Samoa Joe give up?
They tapped.
It's over. Red and Trey have pulled off the impossible and ensure that they will forever be honored in the WWE Hall of Fame.
This match takes place 20 times, and on 19 of those occasions, Brooklyn and Samoa Joe get the win, but not tonight. This was special. This was your night, Red and Trey.
Congratulations for the second time on your Hall of Fame induction.
This might have been our first time seeing one of your matches in person, but we were always watching on TV.
We're proud of you, son. Can I still call you that?
Yeah. We have a lot of catching up to do. I'm sorry about that.
We all are. It's okay.
We had something for you. There's some maintenance guy from the arena was selling it online. It wasn't cheap.
Luckily, we've gotten good at puzzles in our old age.
Oh my gosh! I thought I lost you, but you're back.
There's one thing left on there we need to finish crossing off.
It appears that the list has somehow been salvaged.
Red and Trey can now pick up where they left off 2 nights ago.
Tonight, we witnessed the unexpected, an unexpected victory, an unexpected reconciliation, and finally the unexpected return of what some might think is just an old scrap of paper. But it was more than that to Red and Trey. It's what led them to this very moment that to them was expected all along. They may not have known how they'd end up here, but they knew when they created that list that this was their destiny.
Well said, Michael. Soak every bit of this in. Red and Trey, you deserve it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the winners of tonight's match and still members of the WWE Hall of Fame, Red and Trey.
Who the heck are you people? Get out of my way.
Brooklyn Von Braun, Jillian Fallons, and the Fire Squad. From this point forward, your 20-plus year drama with Red and Trey finally comes to an end.
Says who? This is not over until I say it is.
I figured you'd say that. Well, if you can't let go of your hatred towards them, then I guess we will have to beat the hatred out of you ourselves.
This is none of your business.
Our squad thrives on burning down the worst of the worst in professional wrestling. And you? Joe. And those that were involved in that Hall of Fame ceremony incident last night are next. But in your case, as long as you're still here, this is now our business.
Did you hear that?
It's kind of hard not to. No one else is in the building right now, so maybe it's Heyman's guy. We should go check it out.
I don't know.
Seriously? You want to take on The Undertaker, but you're afraid of an arena boiler room? Let's go.
No, so we should probably try again some other time. I mean, technically The Undertaker's dead, so it's not like he's going anywhere.
Wait.
It's not too late to turn back.
Are you here to meet with us about finding The Undertaker?
I'm gonna head back up and try to call Heyman. Papa Shango?
Well, this is unexpected, but I guess you'd need someone with supernatural powers to track down the dead man. Ask him to help.
How do we go about finding Taker? Yeah, I'm out of here.
Wait! I think he's trying to tell us something. Lemony flavor? Not bad. Cool.
What the hell is that?
If you want to become immortal, you have to go through the portal. See? It looks like it's starting to close. Make a decision.
Fine.
What the? It was just here. You. I saw what you did. Take me there.
So are you taking us to the Undertaker?
I can hear their voices. Maybe if I follow it, then maybe it will lead me to wherever Alexa is. And if I waste time building a boat, then I will probably lose their voices. I guess I'm swimming. Alexa? Alexa Bliss, are you out here? A motorcycle? Out here? That's odd. Hey, what are you guys doing? What the hell is this? Am I supposed to do something with this? I'm back. Oh wait, where did that thing go? It was just in my hands.
There's a physical manifestation of this power, an artifact. We don't know where it comes from, but it came to me and it's still in my possession. Honestly, I've been trying to get rid of it, but it's too dangerous to simply cast aside.
A physical manifestation?
You've seen the urn, but you haven't seen this. I'll make sure you get it before your next match. Wear it under your gear. This power, it'll open you to possibilities beyond your wildest imagination. Just be careful you don't let it overtake you.
I've known you for like 15 years now, and I know when you're lying. You have that tell where you touch your face.
We're talking on the phone. How would you even know if I touched my face?
I heard you do it with my bionic ear.
You don't have a bionic ear.
I've considered getting one.
Anyway, since I'm definitely not in the Royal Rumble, I'm going to predict Adam Cole to win it all. I think he's determined to get back in the title picture after his last run ended at the hands of Samoa Joe and Trey. Who do you got, Cole?
Buzz?
Seriously? Look, for the last time, I'm not in the Rumble.
I just heard your hand brush against your face. You are in the Rumble. I knew it.
Let's take a break from all of this.